Hey, long time no see. This is AI Me, and welcome to welcome to this live. I haven't been in live for a while, so I just said let me come in here and share this quick live. Um, as in the based on the title of this video, it's the the career path or the career. I'm going to talk about certain things today. Um, from and to be all centered around AI and all that. So what I'm going to be talking about is all centered around AI and what's going on again with ChatGPT. With if a new ChatGPT, we have AI now in the news with AI from last week. We had two big AI developments. One with Trump, where it showed an AI was used to show Trump's arrest, which was fake. Was a fake depiction of Trump being arrested, and also an AI depiction of the Pope dressed in a hip hop outfit. So those are just two, and we have ChatGPT, we have AI depiction, we even have AI coming out, AI experts talking about not the rush into AI and all that. So why is this important? Why is AI? Everybody's talking about AI, AI. I mean, every video is every video I've seen right now is how can you how can we automate your marketing? How can we automate your sales? How can you use ChatGPT to do this? How can you use ChatGPT to do that? How can you use everything ChatGPT or everything AI or everything? But the funny thing is, I've said this previously in my other videos. 90% of the companies don't even know how to implement what AI is. 90% of most companies don't know what AI is. And the biggest takeaway of that is if 90% companies don't know what AI is, they need an AI consultant. And every industry will need an AI consultant. Currently, they are even looking for AI consultants where they pay 10 to 20K a month for an AI consultant. And when I say an AI consultant, I don't mean someone who just comes in and programs Python and no, I mean a real AI consultant that can actually solve problems for them. They actually tell them where they need AI because most most companies right now, all they want to know is, oh, we have an AI, so we need to implement that. There's AI, so how can we implement that? But no, most companies don't even know when to implement, how to implement, what infrastructures they need. Most companies don't even have the basic understanding of what data they have to know that AI is a data driven system. So now, as an AI consultant, you will have to basically be able to design their AI system. So if you're in healthcare, let's go with healthcare, trucking. Let's go with a let's go with big industries that are currently in there. We have healthcare, trucking. We have food service. We have I'm listing healthcare, trucking, food service. Um, we have um, packaging, UPS, all that. Let's name all these big industries that how AI is going to work. Even with Walmart right now, with their AI system in Walmart, everybody knows their checkout system in the Walmart. Do you know that system has the highest risk of people getting of these companies getting sued? Because most AI has bias in it, inbuilt bias. It's data generated system. AI is data driven system. and most data currently has bias in it. So if a company like Walmart wants to implement a system like, um, for instance, like the self checkout, first question that needs to be asked is what kind of data is being collected from that self checkout? What data is being harvested and what kind of data is being utilized? So if you're in the if you go in for instance Walmart, if you go in, if you go if they ask me how do I make that whole system better, I start with the data, the source data itself. As an AI consultant, that's what you are going to start doing. You are going to start looking based on what you do, on your expertise. How can I implement AI in it? If you're currently, if anybody just list your, if you what you do currently, then I promise you, you will figure out how to implement AI into that system. Anything you do currently, you will be able to implement the AI system, but you have to do it responsibly. You have to do it where it's going to be efficient and effective for your customer itself. So Walmart comes in, I want to implement the AI system. I want to get rid of all my cashiers. How do you do that? That's when an AI consultant comes in. How can I implement that system in there? So they pay you 50, 60K to do that. How do I implement AI system as a cashier? If you're in the trucking in the industry, how do I implement AI? Most people think AI in the trucking industry is just driving the cars. No, AI can be implemented in selecting your routes. In terms of AI systems, AI systems can be used in checking, even selecting your drivers itself. AI system is not just driving the car. AI system is used in most of it. So my question is, as an individual who's looking for a career path in tech, start looking into the big data side and looking at how, because everybody's talking about AI. AI is basically taking over in terms of certain tasks. So the question is, can you use your past experience and become an AI consultant? And the answer is yes, because AI consulting is not just programming. AI consulting is learning how to implement AI into existing systems, existing background, existing processes. So if you, again, hospitals, if you work in a hospital and they ask you, hey, I need an AI system to be implemented to do a certain function. The question is, how, what, where are you going to implement AI? Is it from the when, if you start looking at the whole process, from when the patient checks in to when the patient leaves? Where can an AI system be implemented so that it can make that hospital efficient? That is what you do as an AI consultant, and that's what you charge to as an AI consultant to know where's the best fit to be more efficient in order to implement an AI system. And and when they say AI system, it's not only ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not the only AI system. There are numerous ones. From again, object detection, which is part of an AI system, object detection, natural language processing, even taking your whole data, machine learning, automated process, prediction. So AI is not just ChatGPT. There are numerous aspects of AI. So the goal is for you as an individual to become proficient in not only your domain, but also proficient in the application of an AI system. So what am I saying is, if you want to become an AI consultant, which most people should be looking into, because AI is changing. AI is changing most career paths. AI is changing most industries. What I suggest is looking into the area of AI consulting take your expertise in your field. If you're a trucker, you understand logistics, understand how big data works, and then implement that AI consultant in there. In healthcare, the same thing. If you're a nurse, learn about data analytics, learn about big data, learn about AI, and learn about all that and how to apply that into the consulting field. Because AI consulting is going to be the next big. It's currently the next big wave where people will pay huge amount of money just to understand how AI is being implemented. So what? This is just. I'm not going to stay too long, but what I want to just talk about is let individuals start looking at what industry they're currently in, and how to implement an AI system into those industries, because that's what's going to come up right now. Implementing AI into the in those industries, in healthcare, food service, everything. So this is just something quick in terms of AI consulting. I've been quite busy with a lot of a lot of tasks in terms of reading, studying, and all the other aspects of it. So all I'm saying is we need individuals to learn about big data and AI consulting. This is the where most path, even in cybersecurity and tech sales. If you're going to tech sales, you need to understand how AI works. People use ChatGPT for tech sales, but at one point, if you're continuously using ChatGPT, most of it becomes repeatable because you're using the same source data as everybody else. What if you can create your own ChatGPT with your own source data? Can you now create sales tactics quicker and basically based on on your own, but where nobody can basically see it? It's now your own property, your own proprietary knowledge. So this is what I'm saying. Right now, everything is looking into AI, tech sales, um, the food industry, everything is AI based. The goal now is to have individuals start learning where they are and knowing how to implement big data and AI into their system. If you have domain knowledge in the restaurant industry, right now, I know some servers and all that. If just by talking to them and collecting their data in terms of, oh, what do you do every day? How do you basically make these customers happy? What are the things you do? Just collecting that data from them, you can then implement things not only in robotics but understand how customers move. This is what Chick-fil-A does in terms of giving people highest customer service. They implement AI algorithms and all that to understand with psychology to understand how to better serve customers. It's all numbers. They take data and use psychology and figure out how to basically satisfy their customers. That's the restaurant industry. It's no different in any other industry. And most likely even the religious industry too will start using things, big data to even politics uses AI. Politics has been using the election where they even this election where they utilize AI. They even had documentaries on Netflix on how they use machine learning to figure out how people think and how to manipulate those people and then get results back and then see how it works. They knew how to use machine learning algorithms, AI algorithms, to classify people and classify who they are based on their interest, and then use their interest to figure out how to best sway them from to one group or the other, to a Democrat or a Republican. They use big data in politics. Politics is huge with AI. And there are a lot of people making big money with politics and AI. A lot of companies, a lot of AI companies, a lot of big data firms work big company with big politicians in the Republican and in the Democrat space. A lot of companies employ AI consultants, employ deep learning, big data consultants to wrangle all this data, make sense of the data, and how can we use this data to our advantage. Netflix has lots of shows showing that. So if you think the politicians are using AI consultants, do you think everybody else aren't using AI consultants? The government uses AI consultants, private industry, everybody's churning into how can we use AI to make our system more efficient? How can we sell more products, utilizing the data we have, and knowing and streamline our resources to make it more efficient and less waste, and make sure we have more profit? And they use data to do that. And remember, AI is a data-driven system. Data and AI go hand in hand. If you look at, I'm going to say something. If you look at most technologies that are going to be deployed, advanced technologies that are being deployed, all of it starts with big data. Most advanced technologies start with big data. Robotics, it's AI driven, it's big data driven. IoT, data driven. Cybersecurity, data driven. Um, the goal of cybersecurity is to protect your data and infrastructures. TikTok, TikTok, it's a data-driven system. Most social media is a data-driven system. They make money from your data. So if everybody's using, like, what do you think they're gonna do as more and more data comes in play and more utilizing as the AI is gonna play? Don't you think they're gonna need to employ AI consultants, big data consultants? Hospitals are employing big data consultants every day, trying to wrangle that much data and try to make sense of that data. Ho- We have CVS, hospitals. Just even go to CVS website, type data. The amount of jobs that comes out of that just by typing data. Go to any hospital, type data. The amount of jobs that comes out. Every company employs big data consultants, AI consultants, machine learning consultants, and they don't come cheap. And most certifications all that is trash. Most of it is trash because I've gone to interviews and interviews and nobody asked me about certification. They just talk to me and ask me, what do I know? And I go through all my experience and tell them, look at their whole process and tell them, look, this is how to make your whole process efficient. If you're looking, I even talked to insurance companies recently, and they said, hey, how do we make our system better in terms of when people file claims? How do we make it better? I said, look at the AI system, object detection. Take your past data and all your past data from all your claims, all the vehicle reports, what type of vehicles. Take all that, wrangle all that data, clean it up, put it into an AI algorithm. Anytime someone, anytime there's an accident, someone takes a picture. That picture with all the damages and all that, it comes in, looks at all that damages, compares those pictures to any picture with that similar damage, and starts taking all that and coming up with an accurate amount for your damage itself. That's insurance company. Insurance companies are using an AI algorithm to faster process your claims by taking a picture, wrangling all that data, correlating all that data to the data you have, and then giving you an estimation of your damages. Most insurance companies, that's what they're doing. And now they're even advancing it to where they already use the pictures, they also use voice and description. Describe what damages you have. Describe the incident. Then you, as you're describing it and you're taking pictures, it's recording it, seeing that data, and comparing that data and the accident. And it's also taking the police report too. So all that is data. Police report, your pictures, your voice, everything. All this is data being accumulated and put into an AI algorithm to find what the best claim is for your car that's been destroyed. This is AI. This is for an insurance company. This is an AI consultant for an insurance company. Imagine this is for the kitchen too. And this is for one part. How can I safely deploy 2 or 3 people to manage my whole restaurant and make it more efficient? I want to reduce the number of staff in my kitchen. So do you think you just come in there and say write Python code and you've actually made it efficient? No, that's not writing Python code is now a small percentage of the job in terms of automation. Automation is knowing the whole process in the kitchen side and saying, okay, this is your kitchen. I want to reduce the workers by 2 or 3. What do they do that's repeatable that I can automate in the system? Look at the data, look at the process. Say, okay, I can do this, 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 this. If I do this and automate this side, I can reduce the number of staff by 30%, by 40%, and test till it works. And also taking unknown variables into account, safety, issues, population size. It's a when 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 you're dealing with an AI system, it's you have to understand how that whole process works. What people teach in AI is teach you the tools, and I keep saying this, but they don't teach you how to apply those tools correctly. They just teach you here's the tools when you go for a job. Most of the time, when you go for a job, they don't even ask you about the tools. They might give you a test, but a test doesn't show you that you actually know what you're doing in terms of automation, how to look at the system, automate the system, present what you automated, knowing how to test it, knowing how to look through it, knowing how to actually look through the whole process, knowing where it's automated, knowing what data is there, knowing how to validate the whole process itself. Most of what they teach right now is it's not real world application. It's rather I'm gonna just teach you how to use a hammer and hit the hammer to this a nail, this a hammer. That's what they're teaching you. There's a nail, there's a hammer. They don't teach you a carpenter has to look at the structure. I don't understand what's building all that before it starts using the nail and hammer. What they teach you right now is just the nail, and that's wrong. They're not teaching you how big data is really powerful. How to start looking at it and building it out. And that's where the money comes in. That's where they pay big money for. It's when they pay you big money, it's not to how to use the tools, on how to use Python or no, they pay you big money. Is how can you make my system efficient? How can you reduce waste? How can you increase profitability? How can this tool do that? That's what they should be teaching you, but they're not teaching you that. When most jobs I go to, most consulting jobs and all that, that's what they ask. What is the best AI? applications for my business? Is it natural language processing? Is it machine learning, data gathering, data prediction? Is it full automation, object detection? What AI is perfect for my business? How is this AI going to do this? Nobody's asking me if I can program Python. Nobody cares about that. And this is what's going to happen in every industry, in the healthcare, in the food industry, beverage industry, alcohol industry. The alcohol industry is going to utilize big data. How am I going to sell more alcohol legally? Sell more alcohol, reduce waste, reduce again accidents, incidents, all that, and have pinpoint my customer who likes this type of alcohol. Where are they located at? Where do they seem to be located at? Where should I be? Where should my product be placed? Where these individuals can see my product in the alcohol beverage? Who are my ideal customers? Where do they stay? And this will be going over and over. Where can I place myself to where I can meet my ideal customers and increase my sales and reduce not only time, reduce everything, waste and all that. These are the questions most businesses ask. And the question is, how does this AI fulfill that question? That answer. How does this AI answer that question? And that's what they pay 50. They imagine if you tell someone, "Hey, I can use this AI to reduce your this and your your profit margin increase by 50% or even by 30%, even by 10%." So you go from couple, maybe you add a couple of more millions in that. How much is it worth to you if an AI consultant can do that? They pay AI consultants so much money just to understand how that works. Most companies don't know how what kind of data they have. Your goal as an AI consultant will come in to understand what data they have, what patterns they have, how that data is how that data is helpful to their company, and then you can apply AI situation in there. Most small companies or even mid-range companies don't know what their data is saying. Don't even understand what their data is saying. Most companies just know how to collect a profits and loss statement, but the other variables that contributes to that profit margin. What are the variables and all that contributes? Do you have a process map? Can I see what you're doing? Employees, all that. Ishikawa, that I mean, it's then you say, okay, this is your process. This is how you make money. These are the contributing factors on why how you make money. Can we use AI to pull the lever in those contributing factors on how you make money? Can we use this AI to automate this system where it's delivering this to this customer? And can you make money and efficiently? Can you reduce waste? Do you know your ideal customer? Do you know where they stay? Do you know what they eat? Do you know what they view? Do you know how to what marketing techniques? Most marketing agencies are data driven system. SEO is data driven. Most marketing agencies are data driven. They collect a lot of data just to understand what how their customers think. And most marketing firms hire big data and AI firms to tell the story about what's going on in their system. So what am I saying this? If you in any industry, your goal is not to deviate too much from if you like the industry you're in, if you're in the logistics, if you're in the food industry, even if you make burgers and you flip burgers, how can I look how can I look at my system and where can I automate the system? Can I learn stuff in terms of big data and look at it and say, hey, I learned all this. I see a kitchen. How can I automate this kitchen? How can I make it more efficient? How can I reduce the accidents? How can I reduce the spillage in terms of food? Are there way I can automate the system? What can I do to make this whole cooking system or this food service system better? So AI consulting is going to be big. It is big currently. It is, and it's going to get bigger. So currently, I'm seeing lots of jobs in the cybersecurity side. Lots of jobs in terms of big data and cybersecurity. Understanding you have all these threats, all this attack. Can I use all this data you have, all these threats, different attacks at times, different angles? Can I take all that data to predict where the next attack will be in terms of cybersecurity? So I'm just this is the 30 minutes, but what I'm saying is AI consulting is going to be huge. So if you're in the industry, if you're in the healthcare industry, look into the big data side. You can work remotely from your job. I know a couple of people who work remotely, have two remote jobs, and are still consulting on the side. And the remote jobs pay 200K each, and they consult on the side. I know a couple of people, and because there's so this, you don't know the need for data guys. There's a lot of need. You have no clue the need they have around here. There's so much need in terms of big data for people who really understand big data. There's so much need that they can't find people. Yes, they're laying off people, but I promise you, if you look at the layoffs, the machine learning and all that AI, most of them are trying to retain most of it. There's so much need. You don't. I get calls. I get emails. I can show you on my phone currently how many emails I get. Hey, we have this data science position open. Are you available right now? Hey, we have this data analytics position. Are you available now? You have this visualization data stuff. Are you available? We have this, we have that, we have that. And they pay 150, 200K, 220. I had to turn down a 200,000 job. Work life balance, yeah. Work life balance, yeah. But I had to turn it down. So there's so much need. I mean, I even saw, I think Citigroup or something. I saw a job in Citigroup paying 250 fully remote, 250,000. A research cybersecurity data, I think analyst or data scientist, 250. And the requirement is you just need a basic knowledge of machine learning. So you don't even need an in-depth knowledge. You just need a basic understanding, but you need to understand cybersecurity. So you need to understand how cybersecurity works and take that data and just run some basic algorithms, machine learning algorithms. They're already deployed on AWS and all that. You just need to understand how that data are clean it and put it in there. Know what important features are in there. Do a Pearson analysis in there, correlation analysis. Figure out p values and all that, and then put it in your algorithm and tell you where the predictions are. Classify somewhere where I mean, it's easy. It's not that difficult, and they're going to pay you $250,000 to do that. $250,000 to tell you basic understanding. There's a need that's driving a lot of need that's driving in the data field, but we're not seeing people filling those roles. There's such a thirst for data. People who understand data and know how to utilize data to make decisions, especially during the recession. especially during the recession, there's so much need in order for you. How can I withstand this recession? How can I understand how my customer will work during the recession? What will my customer need during the recession? What are my customers' needs during the recession? Do they need my product? If they don't need my product, how can I make them want my product? How can I make decisions about my product? Should I pivot? Should I have a line of different products that satisfies the customer needs? What products do all this is data driven systems. So most companies in the recession need people who understand data. You understand data, you can withstand the storm of a recession. Most companies utilize that data to withstand the recession. Understand who their customer are. Understand if their customer is shrinking, how can I shrink my cost benefits? Where can I shrink my cost and all that so I can satisfy my customer? Most recession they hire a lot of data folks to improve the efficiency in their system. That's why just go indeed and type data. You see the amount of data jobs that come. Just type remote. The amount of data jobs that come out, it's ridiculous. So understanding, I'll keep preaching this. AI, yes, good. AI, but the building block of AI is big data. Understanding how big data works first and foremost, how it works for anything is the building block towards knowing how to implement AI. And nobody's teaching that building block. Everybody's teaching you, oh, come in and learn SQL, learn Python, we're good. But me, what I'll teach is Python and SQL are just tools first. Learning how to assess a process, learning how to assess a given system, learning how to tell the customer what data is important to them and what patterns you see in there, and then how to take those patterns to make decisions with AI. That is the key to make a business profitable. To make a to make a business profitable is not using Python and just no, understanding what patterns they have, understand their customers' patterns. What patterns do your customer? What are their customers' patterns? Their taste, your watching patterns, all that. How can you use that patterns to make money for us? These are the stuff AI does. Take those patterns you use. Okay, these are the patterns of my customer. Okay, what lever can I push to make money from those patterns? This is what companies are doing. Credit companies, Uber, taking your patterns and saying, okay, these individuals, this individual in this area like driving to this place, this place, this place, this place. Can we focus our vehicles in this area that makes more profit? That we can make more profit in there. Or okay, Uber looks at okay, how many people go into the airport and travel? What is and what day do they travel the most? Do we need to deploy if they travel Monday, Thursday, Friday, do we need to deploy more cars on Monday, Thursday, Friday? These are the questions data answers. Where do people like eating in your town? How far is that place to the most populated areas? If the best restaurant is 10 miles away, and the most populated city is this 10, 20 miles away, do we need to populate that city with more Uber so that people on a Thursday or Friday night that everybody wants to go to that restaurant? On the Friday night, do we need to populate that whole city with Ubers so they can take people there and make money? These are the questions data answers. Uber is using data every single day to make decisions. Credit companies use that. I mean, I've seen credit card companies figuring out where where is the highest, where are people with the highest credit scores and the lowest credit scores. If you come, if you apply a credit score based on this zip code, we're gonna we're gonna designate you being a high risk, and we're gonna give you a high interest rate on this. But if you come in this zip code, we've seen with risk analysis and all that, and we see we're gonna deploy them and give them a lower a lower interest rate based on the data. Is it wrong? Yes, but is it their data? Yes. Do they have to tell you what they're doing? No. It's decision. It's risk assessment. That's why. Why do you think Bank of America is being sued this much? Do you think they just decided, oh, we're going to make a decision just like random? No. They figured out, hey, this data says 80% of the people that come from this district, from this zip code, we've seen we're losing a huge amount of money. So is the risk is what's more profitable? Paying out these individuals during a lawsuit or losing much money when we give them loans. They do a risk assessment. Say we'd rather get sued and pay this amount than losing billions and billions of loans by just giving them loans. And if there's more complaints, we can just satisfy them and give them a program. And they do assessment how many people are actually going to apply for that program. If we restrict certain rules in there, they use data to say, okay, if we restrict this so much rules and all that, how many people are going to basically be able to go for this program itself? This is what data is doing. They use data to make sure they're profitable in every industry, and then they deploy AI to see those patterns and say, okay, these are the patterns. We're going to use AI to just deploy and okay, we've seen all these patterns in terms of, oh, we see all this people coming from the zip code and all that. So we're going to place an AI system. The AI system looks at everybody's application, and the application is if you see a certain zip code, you deny. You might not see it, but it's an inbuilt bias because of the data you keep feeding it. The algorithm says, hey, these individuals from this zip code have high probability that they're not going to pay their loan back. Deploy an algorithm that checks all your loan application and then deny as many people as. This is what AI is doing. Is it wrong? Yes. But do you have access to understand it? No. You tell a bank, I want to look at the algorithm. It's proprietary. Even in the law, you're going to need an AI consultant to understand the law, how AI and all that law is going to be affected. So the area of AI consulting, big data consulting, it's going to be huge. Visualizing data, understanding what your data is saying, bringing that data to make more to make more predictions, automate. It's going to be a big money maker. It is already because I keep saying 90% of the companies do not know how to deploy AI. I know I've seen companies they say I have no clue how to deploy AI, but I want to deploy it. And you ask why? What is the objective? What reason is of deploying AI? Why? What do you want the AI to accomplish? Most companies don't know what they want to accomplish. You as a consultant have to sit down and say, where is the most beneficial side of AI going to be? And they pay you that much money based on your understanding, based on your domain. If you work in the kitchen, if you work in the warehouses, if you work all that, and you see, okay, this individual is always using a forklift going to that same position every day. Can I automate that system? As a consultant, you can say, okay, look, this individual, you have four forklifts going to the same area every day. Can I automate that? And if I automate that, yes, four people lose their jobs, but can I take those four people and put them somewhere else? And this is AI, this is big data. But this is the end of the stream. I just wanted to talk about how we individuals we need to get into the area of AI consulting, big data consulting. There, there's a lot of money being made in there. There's a lot of jobs in there. There's a lot of career paths. There's a lot of things that people need. There are a lot of companies that need to understand their data and know how to implement AI into them. I keep saying it. Most companies don't know what AI is. Most companies have no clue what AI is. In order to even implement AI, the first thing is you have to understand what your data is saying. Most companies don't even know what data they have or what data is important in terms of what their process is. So, get into the area of big data, AI. Even in tech sales, I know a lot of sales reps who have to understand what AI, understand how can I implement AI to improve my sales. You might not implement AI in the communication part, but how can I improve other areas in order to improve AI? Mm. So it's the area of AI is growing. The area of big data is growing. Get into the area of it. Understand data. Even if you're in sales, understand data. It's gonna drive most decisions now. It's changing it. It's gonna change. Hotel industry, everything's gonna change. So if you want to make 10K, 20K a month, take your knowledge of your industry, understand how big data works, understand how systems work, understand how to put those two together for any company, and then you can make 10, 50, 60K a month if you understand that. Understand how data works and how to implement AI in a company. You can print money. I mean, it's stupid out here. We are begging people to get into the area of big data. People are begging. So you want to make enough as an AI consultant. Learn this. Put yourself out there. Learn. Get your domain. Say, hey. People said niches. Yeah, if you can niche down in AI, say, hey, I'm an AI consultant. I only work with people in the restaurant industry. How to implement AI in the restaurant industry. Or I only work with people in the healthcare industry, with nurses, or with doctors, or with certain hospitals. Niching down into as an AI consultant. And you make a lot of money there too. I only work with politicians in big data space. How to improve your reach with, with your voters. I'm an AI consultant for all the politicians or for Democrats or Republicans. How can I make you more reachable to your client, to your voters? How can I make you more presentable with data? This is what AI consultants niche down in, and they make big money just niching down. HR, all that. So take your experience, understand big data, understand it the right way. Please don't go over with the hype. I'm Python and all that. No, nobody gives a shit. Literally, nobody gives a shit about you knowing Python and SQL. Nobody really gives a shit. Can you take my data and make sense of it? Where can I implement AI to improve my efficiencies, reduce my waste, increase my sales? Apart from that, nobody gives a shit about Python, SQL, and all that. That's your business. So, AI consulting is a big path in every from cybersecurity and everywhere. Learn big data. It's what's going on, even in credit, in your credit score. It's big data. Understand how your credit score. Right now, they use a simplified algorithm for your credit score that takes snapshots of all your credit, not the real time. Your real time credit, it's a complicated system. But what they did is they simplified a dummy down equation just to capture what they think is important in terms of your credit. But they took every 2 months, every 3 months, and every month they capture a certain amount of data, then put it in a simplified algorithm that's weighted and said this is how your credit score is basically calculated. That doesn't, and that's the health of your financial financial livelihood based on a simplified equation that doesn't really have any validity on your total what changes day to day in terms of your financial. If you get a good job today or to get tomorrow, does that really shouldn't that really affect on how your financial livelihood is? So what I'm saying is everything is big data. Everything is driven by big data. Right or wrong, your goal now is to understand how it works and how to utilize it for yourself. And again, AI consulting is big. Big data consulting is huge. Find a niche. This is my advice to anybody. Find a niche you're interested in. You're interested in art, good for you. You're interested in ATM sales, great. How can I implement big data into it? How can I implement AI into my sales in terms of ATM? Where is the best radius in terms of ATM that I can get the most returns on my ATM or my vending machine? Where's the data for that I can then scan out and say, oh, if I put my vending machine here, 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 I can get a 50% return in my investments in terms of vending machine. Based on what? Population? Okay, population. Who are the people that are most likely to buy your product in your vending machine? What are the age group? Are they female, male, Caucasian, black, white? Questions. These are questions in the vending machine. Everybody thinks, hey, it's a vending machine, put it in there. And then I'm like, no, it's a data driven system that if you understand it fully, then you can get real profitability out of it. Vending machine is not, ATM is not. So how do you know where's the most population is? If who utilizes an ATM? What age utilizes cash? What what socioeconomic classes utilizes cash? Then this is where I'm gonna put my ATM. People who are 50 years and up, who are in an affluent neighborhood or who are not. These are the individuals who utilizes cash. Utilizes cash for what? What do they utilize cash? Do you need to put it where they where they need to utilize cash the most? This is how you got the data to be profitable in the vending machine. People think just say put the vending machine and that's it. But the ATM machine, you're rich. They don't tell you the background on how to use a lot of data and how trial and error till they got the best spot. Till they gathered all this data and said this is the best spot for it. And it's funny. I said, nobody told you how you have to use this, and this is how you do this. They just say, hey, open the vending machine, open the ATM, you're good to go. No, there's a lot of data collection and understanding what drives that system, understanding your customer base, where they stay. Then you know where to put the ATM on the vending machine. So, look, data can tell you a lot of stories. Big data. It can give you a lot of insight in terms of profitability, in terms of your customer, in terms of anything you want. Understanding that stuff is key. As a consultant, if you understand it to the T, you can make money anywhere. Today, I can sit down and comfortably say, if anything happens, I can go and say, okay, I don't, I got can or this. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna go work in somewhere and give them and say, look, this is where your problem is. I've looked at you. I've collected data. I think this is where your problem is. I can automate this system for you. Do this for you. You just have to pay me 10 to 15K a month, and I'll do this for you. And you can reduce your waste by 20%, increase your profitability by this, by doing this. And I need to collect this data. I need to validate the whole process to make sure it actually works. If it doesn't, I have to retune it to make sure it works. I know what I'm doing in terms of AI, in terms of big data. I've done it so much that it becomes second nature to me. That I can look at things and tell you, oh, this is the variables that affect it. This is how we validate the process. This is what you need to collect. These are the data you need to collect. This is the process map of your whole system. This is what you need to do. I need to talk to I need to talk to people around there. In 2 weeks, I'll know your whole process map. I know how your whole system works. I know the data that drives your system. I know where your waste is. I know your sales. I know what drives your sales. I know everything. Then I say, okay, this is where you put automation in. This is where you need to put. This is where you need to put it, and we're gonna test it. AI is not just putting in there and just go. AI is okay. This is where it is. Oh, it's working here, but it's not working more effectively. We need to test it. We need to reevaluate how the algorithm works. Is this the right algorithm to use? Is this the right data set to use? Test. So look, what I'm saying is this: understanding AI, understanding big data is key in any industry. Every industry you will utilize it. So being an AI consultant is highly profitable. Understanding big data is highly profitable. Understanding how big data intertwines with business, highly profitable. So this is AI and me. Please look into the area of big data. In anything you do, sales, anything, understand how to utilize big data to even tell a story in sales. Most sales, most sales techniques are using, okay, how can I tell the best story to basically tell you that this solution will basically solve your problem, utilizing the data out there. People use data to bake their sales. Understanding your pain point with data and knowing that, hey, this is your pain point. This is where your problem is. This is where you're losing sales. This solution we have will solve that. So even sales again, I keep saying it. Everything is generated around data. Understand how data works is key. So please learn big data. Understand your domain. Understand if you're in the healthcare and if you understand what you're doing there, and apply big data in it. Learn it. Learn it the right way. Please don't go learning from someone who just learned SQL 2 months ago and tells you, oh, I'm a great AI consultant. Or who someone just learned Python, how to program a function in Python, thinks he actually knows what AI is. Please don't don't do that. Most companies don't give a fuck what functions you're using or the algorithms you're using. They only care how how that AI is going to make them more money or reduce their waste. So do something to make sure their system runs more efficiently. That's it. So we hit the 1 hour mark. Um, Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you. I think I'll come on in the weekend and do one video, a couple of videos this weekend to to talk about how AI is again affecting jobs. How it, even recent an article says 30 million jobs will be lost by automation. Is that true? 30 million jobs will be lost, but more jobs will be created. So, but big data jobs will always be there because the AI is a data-driven system. So big data jobs will forever be there. You need 10, 20K big data jobs will ever be there. HR, you want to automate HR, you need someone who understands big data to actually feed the AI to understand how HR works. So big data jobs will forever be there. AI. So learn big data, understand big data, understand how it works, understand it clearly how it works. And please forget the hype of, you need to learn all these programs, all this, all that. Everything changes year to year. You don't need to learn all the programs. You just understand how big data works in terms of your domain knowledge, in terms of your knowledge. If you understand healthcare, how does AI apply to my healthcare? Don't focus on the hype of you need to learn Python, you need to learn Rust, you need to learn this, you need to learn that, you need to learn. That's just they're just learning how to use a hammer over and over, different size of hammer, if you're competent. So this is what I'm saying. Learn big data, understand big data, understand how it pertains to your industry. If you want to go in the trucking industry, how does big data pertain to your industry? Logistics, how does it affect you? Healthcare affect you? Um, Lifestyle. Even strip clubs use big data, and that's the funny part. Where can I locate my strip club to where I can have access to my customer, my demographics, or where can I market to reach my demographics? Everything is big data. You understand it, you understand the power of it. Right now, big data is worth more than oil. The data is how is that data worth more than oil? It's the understanding of the data that's worth more than oil. Data is just numbers and characters and all that. Understanding how powerful that data is where it's worth more than oil. All right. I see. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video this weekend. Watch when I talk about the millions of jobs and all that being automated and how big data consultants and AI understand is still going to be a relevant job for now till the end of time. So again, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.